What's up, tubers? I'm making this video before I take a shower or whatnot. I want to talk about something that's dear to my heart because I feel like, as a fellow light being down here on planet Earth with the rest of us, we need to get it the fuck together. I know that me saying something is not going to change anything. That's why I'm changing myself. Um, the reason why I'm making this video is because I really start thinking today, and when I start thinking, my mind just expands. Um, Last week I wrote a poem. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago, babe, or was it last week when we was on the water fast? About 2 weeks ago. Okay, 2 weeks ago. Um, I wrote a poem, and one of the lines from my poem said that there was a dance between life and death all around me. I didn't really understand the full effect of what was going on until today. It just came to me like, I've stopped eating meat. My wife has stopped eating meat. But there's still people around us that's feeding themselves this fucking death. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell by the way they skin look, the way they smell, the way they look uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can just tell. And even though we're not eating fast food, we still see the lines outside packed with people eating this fucking shit. And then I started telling my wife, I was like, motherfuckers sit here and judge somebody because they kill themselves, right? If a person's suicidal, they'll kill themselves. Then you gonna turn around and say that's wrong. They kill themselves. They not gonna get into heaven. Blah blah blah. Well, this person just off themselves very quickly. You, on the other hand, are killing yourself slowly when you drinking sodas that got aspartame in it. When you eating gum. When you eating meat. When you eating cheese. When you eating this. When you eating that. You know what I'm saying? Eating all of these chemical infested foods. And then you gonna judge somebody. But that's a slow suicide you got going on. At least they got the courage enough to just off themselves and just done with it. You dying a slow death and you ain't even aware of it. Another thing I wanted to bring to the table was the fact that a lot of pregnant women just use that as an excuse to be fucking fat. That's the thing that pisses me off. We're not really capable and smart enough to have children. We really not. We see everybody else doing it and we think, oh, we capable of having kids. But really you not, because you poisoning your child. You know what I'm saying? From the moment that you find out that you pregnant, you still drinking sodas, you still eating fast food, you killing your fucking child. You poisoning your fucking child. Then you wonder why these kids come out with birth defects and all sorts of crazy shit. Because humans are not fit to be parents. It's just that simple. Unless they vegan or vegetarian. And then you got some women that'll still continue to smoke cigarettes while they pregnant. Where do you see that we are capable enough to raise a human being when we can't even stop our bad habits for ourselves? You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I made this video, because humans, we are an epic fail. We judge things outside of ourselves and we look for differences, but really if you just look a little bit more closer, my nigga, you will actually see that we are all doing the same fucking shit until somebody stops doing something and just be like, hey, this don't make no sense. We should just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot judge Charles Manson for killing these people because we all got blood on our hands. I know for 20-some years I was eating McDonald's, I was doing this, I was smoking, I was drinking, I was doing all that. I was murdering my own self. And then I was giving my kids all this fucking crazy shit. Like, I was 16 years old. I had no business having no child. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't intelligent enough to realize what type of planet this is in the first place and the people that's running it and what they doing to our fucking food and our water supply. You know what I'm saying? So I shouldn't even been having no kids. And then people are like, oh, well, to get into this also, homosexuals are gonna stop the flow of continuing the birth or whatever. We're gonna stop the process. But really, we don't have nothing to do with that, my nigga. We don't. Your beloved government is putting shit in your fucking water and your food, so in a few years from now, your ass gonna be sterile anyway. And then people smoking cigarettes and drinking, that ain't helping with the sperm count either. So I really need people to really open up their eyes and take a look at this shit for what it really is before we start pointing fingers. Because I'm telling you, dog, we not stable enough to be talking about bringing no kids onto this planet. When you look around at what's going on, I mean, I don't care how you want to look at it, but in order to see the beauty of the world, my nigga, you must unfilter your eyes and see its ugliness first before you can create something beautiful. I'm telling you for what it really is. People need to open up their eyes. And yes, it's strange. Yes, it's hard. I'm telling you, when I first started opening up my eyes to what type of planet this was and what was going on within myself, I was able to stop judging other people. You notice I said we. I'm not saying, oh, people be doing this, no, we need to get it the fuck together. We killing ourselves, we killing our kids. We not stable enough for no more children. I don't give a fuck what Beyonce and Kim Kardashian is doing. I don't give a fuck about those people. I don't. We need to give a fuck about what we doing right now instead of plopping our kids in front of the TV because we too fucking lazy to take care of our kid. Go in there and watch this, and then you wonder why they twerking and can't fucking read. I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. If you don't like this video, that's fine. But I'm doing this because I love the people. Regardless of what might happen to me because of what I fucking say. Or regardless of somebody, you know, say that they don't like me or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck about my children. And I give a fuck about the people. You feel me? And that's just what it is. But first, I'm going to need the people to wake up and give a fuck about themselves. Because that's the fucking problem. I don't condone Martin Luther King dying or John F. Kennedy or any of these people dying for people's freedom. Because a lot of these people got the mentality that they think because they go to the club and they smoke weed and they make little bullshit ass decisions that they free. They don't even think about, am I a slave to this cigarette that I'm smoking? Am I a slave to going out to the club? Am I a slave to sex? Am I a slave to this? Am I a slave to that? No, you're not going to think about it, my nigga. You just keep being a fucking slave and then repeating to yourself that you free. Come on, man. Get this shit together.